Welcome, brothers. In today's video, we will discuss the epidemic of single women that exists nowadays, a phenomenon leading more and more women to reach their 30s without children, especially without a partner. The sadness these women experience is something the green and pink hair movement doesn't tell you. But before we proceed, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your comments with your experiences. This helps the content reach more men who may need it. So, without further ado, let's get started.
So you're almost 40? Yes. And you've never been married? No. And you don't have kids? No. And you don't want to have kids? No. What have you done with your life? Well...
You are looking for a sign that God is paying attention to you. Just listen to this.
Brother, that's why they say that by 2030, 45% of women over 30 will be single. It's because, over time, more and more women have realized that they were deceived, that the idea of being strong and independent without needing any man is far from the paradise they were sold. No matter the girl with the career, the degrees, and the great job, by the time she reaches 40, it won't change the fact that she's alone in the world. Whether she's at home, on a plane, or traveling, the common denominator is that she's alone. All those activities, when done alone, are simply boring. That's why they realize and cry on their pillows, understanding that nobody chooses them. Everyone prioritizes their family first, reaching the point where family is everything. If you don't have one, you end up alone. It's sad, but it's the reality.
No one prepares you for the loneliness that you feel in your 20s. I'm currently sitting alone in my apartment. It is 1 in the morning. I'm drinking water out of a wine glass because it's the only thing I have clean. And all of my friends are either with their boyfriends, with their husbands, with someone. And I feel like the odd one out because I don't have anyone. I have myself and my dog. And don't get me wrong, I love being alone, but I just feel like people at this age are really selfish and you lose a lot of friends in the chaos of being in different phases of life, and it sucks. And honestly, I just feel forgotten about and pushed to the side. Welcome to your 20s.
5 years single, but not that single women are the happiest in the world. Not that they are strong and independent. Life is good when you're the girl in your 20s with thousands of men pursuing you, but you choose to ignore them and go for the Chad, a man who brings nothing to the table except his seed. But after he leaves, usually in their 30s, that's when they want a family. That's when they look for the beta provider. The woman's savior who has hit the wall because we all know the wall is unforgiving. This girl in her 20s lets you get to your 30s because that's when it hurts. Modern girls are trying to change, looking for a boyfriend quickly because they see their friend, aunt, cousin, or mother single and unwanted. No one wants to be that spinster. It's tough when you see time passing from the window of your apartment alone, seeing everyone else progressing in their lives, and you're just talking about your cat. That's why I tell you, those years of abuse, attacking men nowadays, are having the opposite effect for women.
And just to clear the air, I'm not a single mom, I'm a single woman. My child isn't looking for a daddy. I am.
I've just discovered the reason why it's so hard to find a good guy dating in 2023. And it's not because there aren't any left and all men are disgusting and all men are trash. That is completely false, no matter what you hear from other girls on TikTok. The truth is that the good guys are done with dating. They would rather be single and have their peace than be in a relationship and not be treated correctly. They're done playing the games, okay? Girls not being monogamous, them not texting them back, them giving them mixed signals, them opening up and sharing their feelings, and then a girl breaking up with them. They don't want to deal with that. They'd rather work a lot, go home, play some video games, watch a movie, and spend time with their dog or themselves than ever have to deal with women. I just want to know. I just want to know which one of you ladies messed it up for everyone, because dating out here is so hard.
And it's very difficult. Every action has a reaction. Women started mocking men, mistreating them on dates, setting unrealistic standards for the nice guys, and opening their legs for the chats. When you, as a man, see that, what do you think will go through your mind? She's taking me for a fool. I'm just this woman's simp. That's why men who have ended things with Western women have decided to go abroad to find women more connected to their feminine energy. Women who treat you wonderfully, who don't constantly judge you based on what you can offer, women who fall in love with the person, not the money. That's why they can't find good men. That's why only 20% have fun on dating apps. That's why it has become so challenging. If those without children find it difficult, imagine single mothers who come with the discourse that they don't want a father for their kids because apparently the child won't come into the picture when you live with her. Men don't want to bear the sins of Chad. They pass on these women because who wants to pay for another man's sins? It's tough, but this is a wall that you can't move.
Guys are bad boys.
Yeah, bad boys.
Bad boys? Okay. First question. Good guys or bad boys?
Bad boys.
Okay.
Guys, predictable, boring. Next.
You know what's interesting that people don't normally talk about is that the pretty girls are often the absolutely loneliest, most torn apart, bullied girls. When I was in high school, I was categorized as like the pretty girl. I was in the rural Midwest and I wore makeup, so like it doesn't say much about me. It's just like what people talked about me as. Like people would just put me under that label. I won homecoming one year, I was on every prom corps, did all the sports, knew everyone, but I had no friends, no one that I could trust. And the girls at my school were so mean to me, and I was nice to everyone, and anybody who knows me well will tell you that. The only girl that ever really deeply understood that was another girl who's drop dead gorgeous, beautiful, looked like a walking Barbie doll, but she would remind me at least once a year, be like, hey, the stuff these people are saying about you, it has nothing to do with you. The pretty girls are always the loneliest. That's just how it is, and you have to understand it's nothing personal. Because looks don't mean anything.
These girls who talk about being pretty are the ones always seeking the camera, seeking attention. Poor thing, she couldn't land a Chad in school, probably with a body flatter than a board. Oh God, how is it possible? She's suffering. One has to listen to things, brothers. But I want you to see the superficial and empty mindset of modern women. They complain about loneliness, but when you ask them what they want, they say they want a bad boy, of course, the Chad. A man who brings nothing more than his seed. This man drives them crazy. He's the one they want. That's why good men have left the dating scene. They have given up. Because all women want a bad boy. And when they have a good one, they mistreat him, leaving him traumatized, damaged for the next woman. Do you know how many men got married for love? Because I'll tell you, men get married for love, women for a lifestyle. Do you know how many have been destroyed to the point that they lost everything they worked for? Men who have given up on love entirely because they don't want to go through all that stress again? Although I don't like the idea of a man being alone, sometimes I understand them. I'll just say, get some passports, brothers. The world is much bigger than just this country.
Here are my issues with dating in Denver from someone who has just dated, not been in a relationship, since moving to Colorado a year and a half ago. Number one, the men here do not approach, okay? You could be out and about on the town, lock eyes with an attractive man, see an attractive man, but they're not coming up to you, right? They're not making moves. They're kind of pussies. Number two, the men here don't have style. They're kind of ugly. And they have so much potential, but they don't shave their face. They wear flannels on dates. They wear hoodies. They smell like Goodwill. And they just don't put effort into their physical appearance, and it shows. They are not hot. They're not hot. I'm sorry. Number three, it's very rare to go on a romantic wine and dine dinner date kind of experience here. It's more like coffee, hikes, walks, pet your dog kind of. It's not romantic here. And I dated in the States. I was in Southern California for a while, dating in Orange County. I dated in Atlanta. I dated in places where that's more common, and here you just don't get that. It's very casual, laid back, cheap. Number four, the men here, the people here aren't living in Denver to make money, right? They might have a job, a cushy job, a finance job, whatever, but they have enough money to ski, and that's where their money stops. They're not spending money on dates. They're not spending money on wooing women. They don't have extra cash. They don't have big career goals right now. It's not why they're living here. They're living here for the mountains. So if you're looking for a career-driven man who's going to make a shitload of money, it's not in Denver. And number five, last but not least, the men here are not looking to settle down. They're not looking to find their wife, get married. Some are. Of course, there are exceptions to every rule. I'm generalizing, right? Generally speaking, the men here are not looking for their wifey. They're looking here to climb, hike, ski, and jerk off with their buddies. I don't know how else to put it. They'll date you for a bit. They'll talk to you. They'll entertain you. They'll sleep with you. They'll ask to sleep with you on the first date and then say blue ball vibe and ghost you and never talk to you.
Brothers, this woman has experienced many things in half a year in Denver. These are the ones who can travel to all 50 states and still can't find a husband because it seems that no one can stand her. Also, because in the era of equality, Why doesn't she take you to the romantic dinner? Oh, that's where equality ends. I want you to see how women accept dates, which she calls bad when she genuinely likes the man. When a woman doesn't accept an invitation to coffee, it means she's not interested. If she wants an expensive date, what she wants is a photo for her social media, especially on Instagram, where I assure you everything will be showcased except for you. The worst part is she'll leave you at home, and minutes later, Chad will arrive to finish the job. Brother, first dates are for getting to know each other, not to impress anyone, especially someone who has hit the wall. Also, here I want to emphasize advice to men. Take care of your image. Even if it seems like a small thing, an image attracts a lot. A good haircut, well-groomed or trimmed nails, clean shoes, an ironed shirt with a good combination won't open the gates of heaven for you, but it'll get you pretty close. Because a well-maintained image speaks of a man with self-love. These are things that won't take much time, but brother, we've seen enough to deduce what happens with modern women. That's why there's an epidemic of single women. We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, the questions are for you. Why do you think there are so many single women nowadays? What do you recommend women do nowadays? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Your support means the world to us and motivates us to create more content. Stay tuned for the next exciting video from The Wall.